Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. I ordered in a bunch of things. I'm still waiting for the last part that goes into the rack to arrive. Let's go through some of the stuff in that corner there and try and clean it up a little bit. Okay, I didn't realize how much was here until I started bringing it all over here. So some of these things, like this, I believe what's in this is really quite small, yet it's a huge box here. So I took a little while off from working on my studio and that sort of thing, just because things got terribly busy and everything was set up for the most part. Still not 100% the way I wanted it, as I think these things never are 100% the way you want, but I'm going to try it nonetheless to get it a little bit better. So this is one of the things that I need to make things slightly better. This right here. That's a pretty big box for this. But what these are is vents for the rack unit. And so I just wanted to tidy up where the power stations were. The power conditioners had like just this spot above it. Didn't make it look that great. So anyhow, I thought I would get a couple of these to do the trick. So we have those right there. And I believe there should be another set in here. They should be the same ones, and if they are, that's great. If not, then there might be a problem. I really don't want to have to send anything back, so I hope everything that is in these boxes are actually what they're supposed to be. And because I have two power conditioners in this, well, actually 3 power conditioners in the studio, I needed to have another one of these. Okay, now, and this is what I think is kind of interesting, is that every time you order these things, they're different. So, for instance, these were 2, and what I mean by different is, like they literally were the same item. And I said, okay, I want 2 of them. So, yet they come packed differently. Let's see, so then, is this in here, or is it just a matter of them putting just the metal parts in here? Let's see here. Yeah. So this, oh, actually these, okay, no, they are different. They are different. I ordered 2 solid ones. That's my mistake. Even though you'll see later on with the cables that I believe I ordered, I'm not wrong in saying that. But yeah, in this particular case, I have 2 vented and 2 non-vented. So that's what I needed for the rack unit there. So I'm just going to put these right here for right now. Let's just move that a little bit over there. Okay. So then the next thing is this. Now let's see what's in this. Okay. And, oh, all right, okay. So, what we have here, and I was curious about these. These are from CME. And what I was looking at is I wanted some really low-profile MIDI cords. And these look like they are them. This really thin cord. And so that means I can have them at the front of the system without having too many problems. And if these work, like I think they should, they all get great reviews. If this does work, then I'm going to order some more of these because I have, well, more MIDI stuff on its way. And I need to have everything hooked up through 5-pin So that should work out nice there. Now this is something new. Once again, it has great reviews. And the thing about this is that I got those Behringer synths and I needed a way to plug them in. So I needed to buy an extension. And this extension right here should do the trick. Now, the reason why I picked this extension is because it has a 5-foot cord on it. And if you look, it has like great big spaces. And I mean, even if I had to plug one here, and one here, something up top, what I mean is there should be enough room because each one of those Behringer synths has a great big outside power supply. So this should be able to accommodate all of those. And it just so happens I got another one in. So I'll have 4 of them up there now instead of the 3. So that should work nicely right there. I'm just going to put that over there as well as that. And these 2 things, let's put that over there. So that should work nicely with that. Next thing is this right here. And we'll just do this. Well, that was supposed to be easier than... Oh, no, there it goes. Okay. So, in hooking up that rack unit... Yeah, okay, throw that away. In hooking up the rack unit, I needed to have more cords yet again. So, I had to get 4 more cords. And if I remember, now I'm just trying to remember what these are for. I believe this is the in and out of the one EQ and the in and out of the other EQ. If I got that right. That's what those are. So put those just maybe over here as well. And now we'll take a look at this one. And yet, more cords. Actually, I think I had that wrong. I'm going to have to really pay attention to where these things are going. I think I need, was it 2 more for, could have been for the mixer too, I don't know. But anyhow, so these ones, now that I think of it, these are for, because they're 1/4 inch, these are for the back of the EQs. These ones are right here. So I know these are for the EQs. It's a matter of whether this is for the new mixer or not. But either way, needed more cables to try and connect all that together. I have a feeling that we're not done with cables yet. Yes. That's it for those, right? All right, so we have 2 more of these. And those are like their XLR to TRS. Yeah, now I think these 2 cables, if I remember correctly, these 2 cables are to hook the mixer up to the patch bay. I am very much going to have to lay all this stuff out when I go to put it together. Okay. Kind of different. Okay. Okay, that's all good. Now with these ones, let's see if these are the ones I'm thinking. These aren't cables, I don't believe. Yes. This is what I was looking for. This is part of the rack build. So it actually came with a lot of these, like the hardware for it, and a lot of it, so that should be great. And these are the rails that go onto the sides that I just cut down. So this should work out fine. Let's hope there's the right amount of it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's the right length for those. Anyhow, so these are the rack rails. that I need, and I'll actually have to cut these down because they're 4U and I need to have 3U high, so they're not actually gonna fit, so I'll have to get out the old saw and cut them down. Hope they cut as easy as what the other rack rails did. So far everything is kind of what I remember getting here. Give me one sec just to check on something. All right, moving along. This is the last of the Amazon things, I believe, that I have to order, that I've ordered. These are the cables that keep on coming every time you order them. The exact same cable, they're different. So we have 3 packs of these, I believe. These should be more TRS cables in here. Oops. With these ones, though, this is to actually connect the instruments. So it's slightly different than the other cables, which were to connect the rack unit. So let's see what we got here. This should be a 10-foot TRS. Oh no, wait, these might be the 2 5s. Actually, all these might be 5s. I have to connect the... Well, that's interesting how they did it. Those are plastic clips. They do give you the Velcro ones here, but these ones are plastic that just hold it together loosely. So these should be 5 foot, and this is to hook up the audio interface to the patch bay. Now that I've found these cables, I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of these ones. I think they're just the standard cable on Amazon. Yeah, these are all 5-footers, all 5-foot TRS to connect the 2 outs, and I think it's the 2 outs, the 2 ins, and actually 4 outs and 2 ins. I think of all of that of the interface to the patch bay. Okay. Yeah. Anyhow, sorry, I got distracted there. I'm a big fan of these cables. These cables work just fine. With that, moving on to the next stuff. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.